Warning. The following stream contains references to graphic violence, sexual themes, and coarse language, and is intended for mature audiences. Viewer discretion is advised. Hello! Hi! I'm Drew with Dicey Encounters over at Dicey Encounters TTRPG. This is Crimson Conquest, Secrets of the Blood-Red Bastion. Look at this cast. They're back. They're here. We did a Valentine's Day special last week. So that's
I never left.
That's true.
I'm gonna sleep on the couch. Like, what the hell? Y'all left me.
Listen, I tried to bring you all the chicky nuggies. All right, I tried. But hey, guess what? Last time we streamed, there was stuff. Jane, you got you got 2 inspirations. Jakey, you got 3. Ren, you got 2. Caitlin, you got 2. Ian, you got 2. Loki got 2, and 2 chaos points got spent on our last stream for Oh God Rocks. So that'll be fun for later. Yep. Hey. Hi. What's up?
Does that 2 inspo include the one I got for streaming?
No, it doesn't. So there you go. Add those inspos over. Okay.
Sorry, I just thought we need a little interim to cut the tension of rolling a recap after it's been 2 weeks.
No, I think that actually just more so gave me more tension in my desire to play through Pokemon Black and White or Black and White 2, because God, best generation in the series, and I am from the beginning of time with it.
Let's roll for recap. That's a 15 from your DM. Ooh. Ooh. I got a 3, a 4, a 5, a 4. Last one's you, Jane. What you got?
I'm on mute. I got a 9.
Ian, you know, it's so good that you gave the pre-episode recap, because let me tell you, you get to do the recap.
I do not trust the noise gate, so I'm not going to use my fun effects.
That's fair.
Goodness, how fun. Oh, it feels like I just woke up from a strange dream where some place called Bismuth was gone to. But it's strange. It actually was a town not on the north of this island of Moonforge. It was actually a little town on the west coast called Moonglow. So, funny thing, as we were all kind of departing from the mainland area with Raz and all the fun stuff, we got a portal opened up over to the Moonforge Island. We found out Bit wants chicken, and it's something I think I would miss myself. But we ended up making our way over, not to this, it's a weird geographical name, but no, it's not anymore. It's Moonglow. We also were talking about temporal fried chicken, which I'm going to enjoy trying to figure out how to make. It's like, there's a joke in there. It's very foggy there. There is a lot of tombstones, and we ended up being circled by 2 beings as a group, calling out to them with blah blah blah, Orchid Queen, hooray! Staff down, and they stop. One walks over to us. His name is not Napkin, but it's Laughkin. He's pretty serious, and he goes over all the fun stuff about being a member of the Orchid Queen's congregation, or different words. That's the one I'm thinking of in my head. We end up making our way down to the actual giant mountain entrance to the Moonforge. In the process, in my brain, I hear some words, and it was surprising at first, but Malice, the dark, devious, taller, broader shadow figure, speaks to my mind and says words like, "Hey there!" and stuff. Terrifying. It was really good, but I was a little scared by it, but you know, he gave me some drug fruit, and I'm holding on to mine. Eventually got back to the actual Moonforge entranceway. It was initially just going to be Rias entering, but goodness gracious, Lafkin is a saint among men who managed to get all of us to be allowed entry permittance into this humble mountain abode. Bit was given one. So we were going into one of the apples. That's what it was specifically. Bit was given one, an apple, just to specify. Bapple, bowl of apples. The Feywild doesn't have anything so magical as drug fruit. They fucking do, actually, but hey. So we enter in, and goodness gracious, we meet Papa from Ghost at the big entrance room. He tells us all about the fun stuff that I will have to be doing going forward, and we leave. We all decide to do some fun montage training. We all leveled up, not to level 7, but to level 6 total, where I am now a 2nd level warlock with 4 levels of wizard, and everyone else has done their stuff, and it's all great and all that. We get to the point where we have to go and find the Underdark, and in doing so, it was horrifying. I didn't even see what was in there, and I booked it once more, Gritteran, because I can't deal with scary things nearly as much as Morgrid can, and that was not what I can normally do. So I ran after. The rest were looking down at this weird Underdark soul butthole or something, and when we all came back up, Malice, who brought us there, was like, "Hey, everybody," and we were all right. And then, oh goodness, Lafkin was there, menacingly at the door. And I waved over to him. Hello. That's more of me saying I did that now to start today. Hello, everyone.
Very good.
Yeah,
Inspiration.
we just experienced that all, yes.
Inspiration for you. There are 3 additional inspirations being offered today. Any of the cast can answer them for a chance at inspiration. Number 1. What event?
Foot lettuce.
What item did Bit give Malice that Malice put inside of his armor?
I'd like to solve the answer puzzle.
Mm-hmm.
Foot.
Perfect. Inspo to you. Question number 2. During the montage, something really insane happened. A once-in-a-lifetime event. What was that event?
Moons. It was moons.
Astrofell. There you go.
They were moons. They were all full moons, and the light went into the Moonforge, and everyone was like, "Holy shit! It's been for fucking forever because we didn't have 3 moons." And we were all like, it's just fucking moons." It was a time. Put it that way.
Very good.
Except for Bit and Maeve, who are true moon enjoyers.
Moonanites, if you will.
And the last...
moon druids or muids, if you will.
I like it. I like it.
And the last question for a chance at an extra inspiration. Let's throw one out. How about... I had this totally planned and then I forgot the question.
Uh-huh.
I win.
I believe you.
Oh, it's the Delamiran crystals. That's the answer.
Inside the Underdark passage, when Bit and Morgrid's were viewing through familiars, what languages were spoken by the entity down there?
All of them.
There you go. Inspiration to Jakey. Cool beans.
Fucking rad.
All right. So we come back after this fun adventure of the party meeting the Moonforge Conclave. And they've been brought down to this hole by Malice. They've seen what's under the Moonforge as the door opens with Lafkin standing, staring at the five of you. Five.
If we stay still, do you think you'll notice us?
Yes.
Well, if you say it that loud, they will.
Lafkin looks at all of you. He's like, and then he looks over to Malice. He says, "Why?" in all of your heads, you just hear this little high pitch. Ah, no, it seemed like a fun idea to do.
Question. Does when Lafkin, because they did the whole like Y thing, there is currently on the walls vines covering everything that has all of the words that were able to be interpreted. Does Lafkin react to seeing any of this in any way, shape, or form?
Good.
Am I inciting?
Can you roll an insight on that?
Probably not, but I'm gonna do my best. Yes, the hell I can. That's a 21.
You can't see a facial change as Lafkin wears a mask. However, body language, you're able to pick up on him kind of tense up a little bit in the armor.
Mr. Lafkin?
Yes.
We asked Malice about this all week. We have consistently pestered Malice to let us view this area. And Malice only gave in because we were getting more and more threatening. Malice and Rias accompanied us because they felt like it was the best way to keep us safe. This is not on them, this is on us. If there is punishment to be made, it is made on us.
Can you roll a...
I made the vines.
Can you roll a
This is me trying to help,
persuasion
actually.
or deception?
Does that count as the help action for Astrofellow?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna drop an inspo on that.
Ooh.
Because that was a 4 and a 5 on the die.
And you still got a 16?
Yeah. Alright, 24.
Okay. Were you being deceptive or persuading?
Deceptive, obviously. Rias was 110% in on us with this, but I'm making it seem like Rias wasn't.
Okay. Lafkin, obviously the mask looks over in your direction and it's like, listen, you've now seen things that you weren't, and as he's saying this, you all feel a tremor as you hear something behind you from the hole. It sounds like something large slapping up against the sides of this tunnel. Emerging out the top, you see this one long tendril going to smack inside of this area. I need everyone to roll dexterity saving throws as the roof of this area starts to collapse. Big shout out to Soup for the chaos point. Technically two of them.
For the fun of it, since I saw that Astrophel and Maeve both rolled really low, those are going to be my portents for this rest of 12 and 15. So please discuss amongst yourself who you'd rather have what.
Who wants to live?
Maeve takes the 15, I take the 12.
Okay.
Because that's with a 12, that's a 17 for me, so.
Oh, yeah. Oh, it makes me 17 too.
Thanks, Rias!
Rias, Morgrid, Bit. What'd y'all get?
24.
24.
I'm glad everybody's matching. I match with two of the players in that I have a 1, just no 7 accompanied. That's a natural 1.
What the hell?
Oh.
All right.
No, don't!
Don't die!
Why do I feel like Beetlejuice is gonna come out of nowhere?
So
I'm just saying.
To be
I
fair,
don't know if Maeve can handle Bit dying too.
to be fair, if anyone's gonna get the nat 1, it's the barbarian who has 104 health. Like,
I do.
That is fair. That is fair.
Yeah.
and Rias, what was yours?
24. Ken, with a 24, this isn't gonna be anything. Never mind. I was gonna say maybe I could Sanctuary because that's great, but it's a targeted attack generally. So
I mean, if I do see like rocks are about to crush me or something's about to hit me, I'm gonna rage at the bare minimum.
Fair enough.
Because that's something I can just do real fast.
All right. Astrophel, Maeve, and Bit. Let's see. These are numbers.
Astrophel, Maeve, and Bit. Oh wait. Oh, this was above a 17. Oh.
Delightful.
I mean, there's two
For some
more of
reason,
these.
I was looking for evasion and like uncanny dodge. I'm not a rogue.
Feels like it sometimes.
Morgard
I have roguish charm.
Morgard and Rias, you were able to move to avoid the first set of falling rocks. Astrophel, Maeve, Bit, 20 bludgeoning damage as you are hit by rocks. Everybody roll one more dexterity saving throw as the tentacle smacks into the wall again. Yep.
I have a quick question.
Mm-hmm.
I am currently missing a little bit of health. I don't remember what that's from.
You would have been full.
Yeah, you should have been.
Somehow you're always missing a little bit of health whenever I check your page. I don't know why.
I know. I don't either. I think you're doing it.
I'm just out to get Maeve.
God, even I just realized I have danger sense, but I should have been able to re-roll that the one, but it doesn't matter because doing that. But even with advantage, that's still a 10. Good God.
Do I have a moment between the first save and the second one to bonus action Misty Step out of this room?
I would say yes.
Okay, because I'll definitely spend a spell to do that.
I did use an inspo to try and reroll, and it was still shit. So that's great.
Fair enough. I have dice rolled. What did everybody get? I know a 10 for Bit. Rias has Misty stepped out of the room.
These rocks are like collapsing and
from the ceiling
does this feel
and
like
wall.
Does this feel like there's more waves of this coming?
Unsure. But these are two main thwacks of this tentacle against the walls. There could be a third, could be a fourth.
13. 21.
7.
I got a 10. I'd like to run full speed at the other wall. While it's hitting on this side, I'm gonna collide into the other. My goal, because I'm gonna use 10 inspo, is to make rocks collapse down and cover this hole. I'm just gonna start slamming this to cause a full cave in now. If it's gonna drop rocks on us, I'm gonna drop more.
Perfect. With 10 inspos, you will let that happen. For anybody under 18, that is an additional 24 bludgeoning damage.
I'm so glad I'm raging. God.
For those above 18, you manage to escape out of the way. As Bit, you hurl yourself into the other side of the wall. Some rocks from a large portion that had been knocked loose. As they fall, severing this tentacle. So half this well, I wouldn't even say half, like a fraction of this tentacle falls to the ground and rocks begin to cave in this hole.
I'm just gonna, for the rest of this, Bit, using the little, learn from Maeve, like little hand techniques. I'm gonna start using mold earth and just like rocks are just gonna start forming over now. And yeah, I'm gonna seal this as much as possible. Bit's doing a weird little dance, but it's his druid dance. Does he have to do the dance? No, it's just verbal and somatic, but he added his feet to it because he gotta.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, yes, it is required. Like
this whole time, actually, I know the exact things, but Maeve has been teaching me extra steps to fuck. That's even better. That's awesome. Yep.
Twist my foot over like this, drop low, touch high, raise my hand, stick my fingers in my ears, blow, and go.
Maeve's just like, yay!
As the rumbling comes to a stop, the section of the tentacle that remains above is very much twitching like a lizard tail that's been disconnected. In the slight calmness of this moment, you may all look around to see that underneath one of these rocks lies Malice. The helmet toppled off to the side.
Well, I'm
Can
still
I-
raged. I'm just gonna try and lift it off the armor. If
I
you need
go
to know
and
my
help
carrying weight,
lift.
yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's say, would you like to know my carrying
know-
capacity, or can we do it together?
Yeah, I'll also
You
help.
can do
even
it
though
together.
Where's Lafkin?
I think we could lift a rock together.
So at this point in time, Lafkin is slightly like inside this area where you are, but only by like a foot or so.
Oh yeah, so he kind of just stepped back.
Yeah. As Bit, Morgrid, and Maeve, you lift this rock up. Underneath, you see this crushed armor. No sense of any like smoky waft or anything around the armor. Lafkin looks inside. Looks over to his right as by the doorway you just see this formless smoke lingering in the air. Says, now we're gonna have to get you more armor.
Can I mage hand over the helmet so he can be like just a floating helmet head?
Yeah, you
Awesome.
move it over. There's this horned helmet that's just floating on this just smoky mass. It's there. Ah, thanks! Whoa! That was
so much
fucking
more fitting.
terrifying, man! Thought we were all goners! Holy shit! Whoa! Who would have
Big
thought?
Bit just goes, thump, shrinks, and just. I pick up the tentacle.
That's gross looking.
Yeah, but it's a souvenir.
Can I actually look at that for a little bit, for just for a moment? It's strange to me. Because I would love to roll any sort of arcana, do any sort of identify. I don't think identify is going to really do any help here because it's not necessarily. Well, you choose one object that you must touch throughout the casting of the spell. If it's a magic item or some other magical imbued object, you learn its properties. I would love to know more about this tentacle and the beast it came from, if possible. If we can, if that's allowed.
If it requires roll, I'll use guidance.
Guidance.
First, I must spin around like this, call upon the moon, then show a full moon, and then
I
give you a pat on the back.
I feel more baned than guided, but it's okay. I would rather do a roll for Arcana first, if that's okay. If I can try to discern any magics from this being and shits and giggles and all the fun.
Yeah, go for it.
Oh, shits and giggles, great.
We get them both here. Only a Dice
20
Encounters TTRPG.
24 shits and giggles rolled.
24. This appendage that has been severed is eldritch in nature. There is no divine, demonic, or devilish nature to it. It seems otherworldly. The as you take a better look, it's like this mottled purple color. The section that's been disconnected is easily about 20 foot long. And at the very tip, there's like these little barbs that stick out from the tip. As far as the creature, you're unsure of what it is, but you can definitely ascertain that it is of eldritch nature.
Beautiful. That is good to know. That is actually more than I was expecting, even if I rolled well. Cool. Noted. I want to also try to rip out that little barb from the tip there, which is, classic move. would you need anything like sleight of hand or any sort of?
I would like a survival or nature.
All right, I will.
Guidance.
I'm gonna. I will nature. It's +7 and then a D4. I'll add to it. 13. Oh, 4. Thank you. 17. 24.
24. You're able to. You take a dagger and slowly cut the membrane around this barb. As you pull it out, it's easier to look at. This is very much similar to the way a jellyfish barb and their tendrils work, where it is hooked at the end. So once it's inside, it is very hard to remove.
When you say barbs, are you talking like these are tiny barbs like barbs, or like barb like this size, kind of
So
like
yeah,
finger size?
so in reference, if it was on a much smaller creature, it would be a very tiny barb. For this, you're looking easily something like that tall.
Okay.
Where it has this like backwards facing barbs on the side of the barb. It's
For
barbs
the
on
audio
barb.
listeners, roughly a forearm's length.
4 of them.
Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun.
So I'm going to. I fucking wish I didn't start laughing at that, because that would have been great to just not acknowledge after that. So I'm going to contain it as best as possible. I'm gonna just turn to everybody. Who would want a weapon made out of a barb from the weird eldritch tentacle at some point, huh? Or maybe
Me.
research.
No, Strong's really badass.
Just one, Bob. This is 20 feet long. I'm using this as one big whip.
His bit's holding the end of it now, dragging it behind him.
Hold on. I go and find a stick, put it in the back of it. It just falls out. It would have been cool if it stayed in, but.
I've got strong hands.
More rocks fall.
Tentacle arm.
Oh, shit. Reminds me of a meat puppet almost.
Don't high five me. Unless it's with this hand. High fives?
You have this tiny little 2-foot tall creature with a 20-foot long tentacle arm at the moment, with strangely enough the strength to move it around.
Maeve, you said it'd take me a while to learn wild shaping. I think I'm an octopus already.
Looks like you are.
Wow. I think my hand is stuck.
There are so many comments that Astrophel could have made at this point. Like, so many. But unfortunately, Astrophel is suffering from concussion because he has 4 hit points, Drew!
Oh.
Yeah, Maeve isn't much better.
That's 3 too many.
I will fucking cut you.
Wait, ing or and? You said I don't know. So you have not a lot of hit points left. It looked like Bit was about to do something very supportive to the group. Am I wrong?
I muted myself. That was the support of the group. That's what I did. Oops. Bit is gonna use 2 first level hit points, and he's gonna make 2 special palms, and he's gonna toss one to Astrophel and then one to Maeve with his good hand.
Thanks.
Those are 10 hit points a pop.
I may need assistance.
Here,
I'm
you gotta bring
so
it
concussed.
Yeah, can you bring it a little closer?
I don't know if my legs work right now.
Bit
As
grabs
long
it,
as
just
you're not
goes,
sleeping.
and then just hands the 2 halves.
Wait a minute, didn't Maeve learn how to do that also?
Yeah, it's the spell Goodberry, but ours is a different Goodberry now.
It's a great
okay.
berry.
Okay, we need to get that added then. Or I need to get it
Have a
added.
good day, Barry.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, a good berry. I like that.
It
Okay.
could even be Gouldberry with the L being silent.
Good berry.
It's a boo berry.
Bowberry biscuits. Sorry,
Cereal.
tangent.
You think anyone will notice my new arm if I walk around with this?
Yes.
Yes.
they'll be looking at you in awe. They'll be so jealous that their arm isn't that big.
I don't think that's actually true. Just to
What,
be...
that they'll see my arm or that they'll be in awe?
Well, both. I think they'll see your arm. They'll be in awe. It's not a good awe, though. I don't think... I look over at Lafkin. I don't think this is a positive experience we are currently having, although I'm happy we're making some sort of light out of it all. Well, making some sort of arm out of the tentacle.
Well, the fact that none of you should have been down here is not great.
No.
The fact that we have to get Alice all new armor. The fact that you've written down the words of the beast.
Is that not good? Was I not supposed to do that? I heard it and it didn't hurt my head.
As you look around and look at the crumbled walls and ceiling from the inside, a lot of the vines have been destroyed that contain most of the words. But not all.
So, Lafkin, did the tentacle come up to destroy the words that the vines had written?
I'm gonna be honest, I have no idea.
Okay.
I try not to come down here myself. I have no reason to.
Did you know about the tentacle?
It currently has it like wrapped around, like almost like a big bungee cable thing around his waist because he popped off his arm. But yeah, he's keeping it with him.
I knew that a beast resided at the base. What
One
it
that
was.
whispers scary things and does soul stuff?
Well, I mean, that is where we send the souls of the Raven Queen worshippers, so yes.
Oh.
It's its own eldritch hell for the Raven Queen followers. That's so funny.
I mean, I get killing them and bringing the souls, but you feed it to that? This?
Yeah.
Why?
The souls are irredeemable.
Well, unless you're that thing, then it's very redeemable. But honestly, I think my fear has turned into morbid curiosity now. Say, I'll save that question for a rainier day, I believe. But I think this is... Nope, it's back to actual fear. The morbid curiosity is actually reverted back to fear. Can we actually leave this room? Everybody, I don't want to be in this room anymore. Is that okay with everybody, please? I'm just going to start walking out. So when I'm out of here, don't worry about other things. And I start walking out.
Can Maeve just like really quickly look at just look at the words that are remaining on the wall and see if I can make out any of them?
Sure, can you roll me a wisdom save?
Ah, shit. Yeah, I can.
Oh no, it's today's Wordle answer.
23.
With the 23, you look at the words, and this sense in your head begins to grow overwhelmingly. You're reading things that should not be read by a mortal. Your mind starts to fill with this fear. However, you do not suffer a point of madness. But none of these words make any sense. They're almost jumbled, and for some reason, in reading them, it just fills you with that feeling of dread and fear. However, you don't find yourself going mad. A lot of the ones you're looking at have been like separated from vines, from rocks falling, so no complete strings of words are able to be read. But yeah, I can eventually send you over some of what you saw.
Okay, cool. Guys, I don't recommend trying to read the words. I think we should follow Rias and just skadoodle on out of here.
I wrote them and heard them in my head.
This bit just kind of walks out.
The temptation to cast comprehend languages right now.
I thought everyone was going to be following, but what happened?
Oh, we just stopped to talk for like half a second. We were just talking about the words on the walls.
Oh, I didn't even realize I can read them. I go to read them.
Oh no.
I will roll my save.
Yep. Roll a wisdom save.
I would like to cast comprehend languages and slap my hand on the wall and read them.
As well, roll a wisdom save.
Okay, I can't do comprehend languages either. So okay, so I rolled a total of 20.
Same thing that happened to Maeve, on just not being able to comprehend what was written as well. What about you, Astrophil?
So I have cast comprehend languages, but I did roll a 12.
Ooh. Astrophil, roll me a D100.
Please be 69. Please be 69. Please be 69. I have a brand to maintain. 1.
Wow.
1.
Wow.
That's impressive.
What?
Yeah,
the
right?
hell?
Man, if that was for divine intervention,
Yeah, right?
you'd have something godlike happen right now.
Hey, Astrophil.
Hi.
You retreat into your mind and become paralyzed. The four of you watch as Astrophel, slapping their hand onto the vine where the words were written, falls to the ground, unconscious.
Okay. Runs over. Does anybody have a hot towel that is also covered in water? I think
I
that's
have a
how it works.
tentacle.
Don't.
Okay.
Please.
Astrophil might like that.
The tentacle. Don't. Don't. This is a different don't.
I push everyone aside and I lift up Astrophel and I'm like, we need to get out of here.
Let's.
Agreed.
Do
Let's
it.
go.
I wish Astrophel was conscious for this. They've talked about moments like this.
I think Astrophel isn't Astrophel conscious, just paralyzed?
They've
and retreated
retreated
into their
it.
own mind.
Yep.
Yeah.
You look at them. It's still the glossy eyes. However, there's still light in there. The pupils, however, have like constricted in Astrophel, and they're unresponsive. As you all begin making your ways out. Don't mind me just typing something to one of our players.
Writes out Baba Booey. Whoa.
Are we gonna get in trouble because the hole's blocked?
I think there's many things that could get us in trouble at this point. And me being the new guy here doesn't look good.
But Astrophel said that you were threatened into doing this.
Yes. Either way,
So you're not gonna get in trouble. You're fine.
I could have been like, nope, you all must leave now. And now I'm complicit.
I mean, I guess, but... Bryce, you do cool magic stuff, but I know I'm this size and I could snap you over my knee.
Yes. You also were able to lift a boulder very, very well.
Yeah, so we weren't complicit, you were threatened, you were scared of us.
I'm gonna roll. What's the roll against intimidation? Is it insight?
Yes.
Yeah.
Sure, I'll roll intimidation for funsies. I do have proficiency. Okay. 19.
10.
I think there's but those like black little shark eyes, just something in them, just.
Rias like trips as he's walking forward and scuttles
See?
back a little bit.
Very threatening.
See,
I learned from
now-
Maeve. Maeve did a scary smile before. That made me almost defecate. I learned the word defecate while I was here.
Who is teaching you this. I've seen you at the tables.
I've learned 3 new cusses since I've been here.
Are they bastard? I don't know cusses out of regular language. There's not really too much of a line.
No, they're and
How are you doing that with your mouth? The thing where you
doing what?
It goes like.
I'm just saying. And
Yes, it sounds
Malice
like
looks over at you, Rice, and is like, "Yeah, man, just like."
No, you don't have a mouth. That makes more sense. That you can honestly just make sounds go into people's heads. But that I could see your mouth going and making it's like going. I can't figure it out for the life of me. Okay. Lafkin, is there anybody that knows how to deal with this in effect happening from? I'm guessing some sort of eldritch bullshit from the whole.
You could always try slapping him. I don't know.
wait,
Slap him on the ass.
I was gonna say, in some books it says when someone is paralyzed like this, true love's kiss will wake them up.
I think out of all of us, it'd have to be you, Bit.
Okay.
Bit gives Astrofel a big old kiss.
Nothing happens with a big old smooch.
Astrofel doesn't love me.
Bad conclusion to jump to.
No, they love you. Just, I think it's not like a romantic type of love. Maybe. Maybe that's what it has to be.
Or we're not in a fucking fairy tale, and that's not the solution to this. What are we gonna do? How are we gonna help Astrofel?
Well, we never got the hot towel. Maybe we'll do that and then try maybe a cold one too. I'm not a doctor, and I've tried to do many survives on the world, and boy, have I felt like I was doing bad at all of them until other people helped me. Well, we could get to some sort of infirmary or bed chamber and lay them get whatever towels. We need many towels. A lot of towels would be very helpful, I think. Lafkin, where can we find towels?
So,
Can I try to cast Dispel Magic on them?
Oh.
You feel like it might not work.
Okay, never mind then.
Can I roll medicine potentially?
Yeah.
I'm gonna use guidance on myself. Okay. It's only 1 from guidance, but no, not proficient. 3, so that's 18.
With an 18, your friend is in a catatonic state. However, you remember from being Hoster of watching people faint in the Bloodright Bastion, and Mother Kadira would just come up and slap him in the face to get him to come to. Might work now.
Well, if it worked in the Bastion, sorry, Astrofel.
What worked in the Bastion?
Oh wait, I have a thing for this. Sorry.
Sorry, Astrofel.
With that, Astrofel would come to. As you
It's
retreat.
true love slap. That's what it was. They got it wrong. It wasn't about kissing. It was about slapping.
Mm-hmm.
How much
No, that's
damage
still
am I
pretty
taking
fun.
from that slap?
Oh yeah, I guess an unarmed strike for me.
It would be non-lethal.
Non-lethal?
Yeah.
Did you toggle non-lethal?
Yeah, I toggled non-lethal. I feel like Bit didn't put their whole arm into that.
I'm glad you said
Yeah, not the whole tentacle.
But yeah, no. It would be 5 bludgeoning damage.
I am concussed again.
Retreat back into your mind a different way. Just don't go to sleep, please.
Yeah, you slap Astrophel and Astrophel kind of like something's wrong. Something's wrong.
What?
What are you talking about?
Something's wrong. I can't.
Did I hit you too hard? Do I have to reverse?
I don't think it's you.
Did you lose vision?
Not all of it, but some. And you can see that Astrophel's eye has clouded over, and there is a crack in it.
Yeah, no, it's not that bad. It's...
How do we tell Astrophel that their eye has a crack in it?
It has a what in it?
Astrophel, what were you seeing when you were gone just now?
No. No. I can't.
Don't worry about it. Don't, please. Well, pressing matters. You're awake. So if something doesn't feel right, understandable after that happened. Let's recuperate. This will take time to recuperate, so we should all go to where we can rest, lay back, and not fall asleep, because if you're concussed, that's a bad thing, I've heard. I don't know what to not say. Looks over at Bit and says about cracked eye. But time will help all wounds, healing them. From what I've heard from many books and scriptures.
So, I don't know what happened there either. However, what I will suggest is you all leave here. Go start your adventure, Rias. Go do your things and leave. All of you.
Is there a chance we could stop at the market on the way?
We should.
Okay, yeah, we're just leaving.
Oh, wait, actually, we were going to do that during the montage. Never mind. Bit doesn't ask that. I forgot to ask for things to spend money on. Anyway, that's a me.
That's fine. It's been 2 weeks. You know, we all forget things. As he looks down, he says, I can get you through the portals. You decide where you want to go, but you've just entered into a place where the 4 of you should not have been. And I guarantee there'll be repercussions. Worse than what you've already received.
I have more questions than answers now.
Here. Take this. Rias, Lafkin hands you a sending stone. You can keep in contact with me. However, if Pater Umbra finds out that you 4 have been in that area, it's not good for you 4. You should leave.
It's not good for you either.
It's not.
What's down there? It's not good for you.
He kind of like takes a moment to process what you're saying and kind of like moves on without saying anything else about it. Very clearly he knows. He understands what's down there isn't good for any of them. But as a member, he's just there. As he leads you to the portal room, inside there are 2 edificantes, very similarly dressed to Lafkin, and there are multiple portal rings around the walls. You decide where you want to go. We will send you there. So you can start your adventure in the name of the Orchid Queen, as he looks towards Rias.
nods deeply and surely at over at Lafkin. Is there, I guess, as more like meta party question, is there a place we do want to go from here? I know we were trying to get to the Underdark, but is there a specific area in the Underdark we want to kind of start at, or does anyone have any ties to any areas? I know that Maeve actually we were working on having Maeve have connections to the Underdark, correct?
Mm-hmm.
I have connections, but not in this life.
I don't. Yeah, I do, but I don't think we can go there, like as vampires, because lots of light.
Okay.
Is it sunlight?
Is it sunlight?
Not technically sunlight, but it effectively acts the same way in that area.
So it would damage us in the long run.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. So I know, like, I've been there, like, are there any places, like, right outside of that grove, that
There's
I guess, like, we would be safe-ish?
There's the Imni Deadwoods, which would be nearby. Going further south, you've heard Zoom tell you tales about the Illithids that live further south from there. There is a whole dwarven kingdom off to the west. To the north, there are things like the Sporelight Grove, which is a secondary mushroom grove, essentially. You've learned knowledge through Zoom that the Underdark isn't like the above world, in that the different sections and regions of the Underdark, not all of them are interconnected. Some of them are completely separate from each other, even though they may be right next to each other on the map. There just isn't entrances to certain portions from other portions.
Okay.
But you would know the closest ones you are near to would be there's the Drow Kingdom of Talmain. You've heard about Roper's Landing, the Icy Norse of Aradnal. You have different options where you could go to the Underdark if you wanted.
I am relaying all of that information that lives in Maeve's head to the party.
What do we get benefits of going to any of these places? And as I turn over to Lafkin again, as a Quasidor, I'm looking for these crystals. Is there an area where it's known they could be found and maybe hunted down that is in the Underdark? But it seems like they're more of a surface item. Is there anything about the Underdark you might know?
We know that there is a portion of the Crater Limb Chasm in the Underdark that contains crystals. However, I should say a party went down there once and never returned.
If they're easy to get, you'd already have them.
Yeah.
Well, they're not a party like us, so.
Well,
to give you suggestions for the above world, the Bolin Mountains have them, the Duroxen Mountains have them, and the Byhorn Mountains.
I do know the Bolin Mountains a little bit. That's where I appeared here, actually. Now, do you know if there's a way into the Underdark from the Bolin Mountains at all?
Effectively, yes. That would take you to Aradnal, which would be that frozen north area.
Right.
I suppose on the positive side, if you entered in through that area of the Underdark, it's connected to a larger portion. However, you would have to go through the funnel web caverns to get anywhere else.
Is that spiders? Funnel web?
Spiders, there's driders, there's drow, there's all sorts of 8-legged creatures.
Sounds kind of fun. Hmm?
I feel like it's pretty easy to get lost in there, though.
In the caverns,
Like,
absolutely. It's a maze.
Yeah, it's a dark maze.
I suppose the added benefit of you being vampires going to the Underdark is you wouldn't be affected by the toxic fumes down there. You have no need to breathe. And if you have this one and this one, pointing to Bit and Maeve, he says you have food.
Yeah.
I would consider you more prepared than most people who travel to the Underdark.
Well, starting somewhere is definitely the way we want to start. So, it almost feels like Goose Chase, but where's the goose and what is the goose in its own way?
Are there any Raven Queen people down in the Underdark? You know, like maybe trying to seek asylum or anything from the surface threats?
If there are, they'd be foolish to try and make residence in the Underdark.
Right.
But that's somewhere we don't normally go, so if they are there, if the Underdark hasn't killed them, you will.
Very, very true. So, part of our group goal was to try to maybe find allies and ways for us to expand our own influence. Is that correct for everybody, or is it more of just we're now existing as a group that is friends and all jolly, skipping about and all of that? Because that's very fun for me too. I love to skip around and frolic and all that. But are there any specific groups of any sort of power? Like, actually, would I know any of the hierarchy of like the Solar Veil, or like anything for the Solaris Syndicate, or anything regarding any of those type of groups? Do any of them take any residence in the Underdark too?
So you and Astrafel and technically all of you know Skell is from the Underdark, who is the main one from the Solaris Syndicate. But also we've got things and stuff. Here we go. Boom. Solar Veil. All right. So you've got the Grazzle Garrison, which is more of a goblinoid group of the Solaris Syndicate. They could exist down in the Underdark. Obviously, Children of the Scale. And really, those are the only two that make sense to be down there.
Do we know where in the Underdark Scale is or was from?
Mm-mm.
No? Okay.
Can Bit try real hard? See if he can reach into his brain hole, his soul, see if his old neighbor is kicking about?
It's gonna be a really high DC, but go for it.
What kind of roll am I doing?
That's a good question.
Can I save you the thought on it?
Yeah.
Can I use my last 10 inspo?
Okay.
That leaves me at 5. I finally burnt through all of the inspo I've lost that I spent on the Bloodwell talent tree that I spent a long time working on.
So long. Goodbye.
Goodbye,
As you reach inside of your mind, Bit, takes a while to focus with the little ADHD brain that Bit has. You begin to see it is very dark. It is mountainy. As you go through, you start seeing stalactites, stalagmites, large pools. Your vision comes across this enormous skeleton that lies trapped in stone. Panning out, looking around, you then see a brightly lit mountain. At the top, it almost looks like a sun. This area goes into small capillary-like tunnels. The walls glimmer with blue as they run along. And you come back out.
Did you tell us that?
Bit's gonna do what I think they did before, where with a combo of mold earth, makes some dirt in their hands, and then just shows everybody that with druidcraft and dirt.
That's what Skell is.
Maeve, you immediately recognize the large mountain as Mondalit, the Light Grove. The tunnels leading off of it, of the blue vein tunnels. However,
Skell's under some rock.
You've never been told about a trapped ancient skeleton, Maeve.
Well, I know exactly where you are saying that he is. But I've been there many times in my pre-vampire life. And I am unfamiliar with anything like that being there, but I was just a visitor. But that is where the light source is in the Underdark.
But it's not like sun, right?
It seems like
Sun
it might be-
equivalent.
Magical radiance will hurt our skin, I believe, or at least make it mildly unpleasant the majority of the time. All this planning. Goodness. Well, what entirely is our goal, and how do we want to approach it? I know I have my duties here as follower for the Orchid Queen, and there's always the Underdark to go to, but there's also other places on the surface, and there's other places we can go to. Seems like it's pretty flexible. I know that's kind of like option blindness sometimes, but if we at least have a goal, and we have something to set our plans forward to. Anybody
want us to get better at what we do, because someday I would like to drink Mother Kadira's spinal fluid.
Ooh, I'll help you.
I
I'll help
can't
you with that.
believe you said option blindness when I am right here.
You can still see, it doesn't matter. It is also very, very dismissive. I'm sorry about your affliction. It is horrible. I'm
just playing. I'm just playing.
I mean, I like how the headshot already fits.
Art. Literally.
Fine, don't worry about it.
So our goal is to...
Permanent wink.
Permanent wink is very good. Bard. So our goal is still collapse the Blood-Red Bastion from the inside out, outside in, decimate it, eliminate it, and make it suffer, correct?
Yes.
How do we want to approach that? Are we going to make allies who can join us on this? Are we going to try to find the PowerPoints and not like a magical screen in which you see very beautiful images set in a very specific order, a pointing of power? But no. Do we have?
Can I give Ian an inspo for that, because that tickled me. That was very good.
I mean, we don't have to do it immediately, but something I'd like to do in the Underdark is at least find Skell, because if Skell has a bunch of followers that already don't like the Bloodright Bastion, that's a big asset. And Skell, I mean, we got along pretty good, I'd say. So, but I mean,
yeah.
there was
historically, I could get to where Skell is supposedly at. I don't know. I don't know if they would like me being there anymore. But we can still go. I can try and disguise myself.
I'm also saying we don't have to do that immediately if there's anything like super like Margaret Astrophil, what do you guys want to do? We've been talking lots about the Underdark and things above and beyond and whatnot, but
As long as we leave this place, I really don't give a fuck right now.
Margaret, what do you want to do?
Or Greg's like kind of staring at Astrophel with this look of like confusion and concern, and kind of snaps out of it and is like, well, I think the Underdark sounds intriguing. I want to know what's down there, but I also have a drive and an urge to build an army of our own so we can maybe go take down the Bloodright Bastion. Maybe we can do both.
Aren't we not really too pained by very good by radiance at this point? I know it still hurts because undead, but I feel like sun's really not too big a deal. I'm looking at the vampire tree and I'm trying to see where and when sunlight starts to really hurt, because I know sunlight sensitivity is a thing, but I don't think there's.
It's not for a bit. I think it's once level 8, I believe.
Yeah, and 7 Bloodwell points spent. It looks like.
So you mean in one level? Because we're level 7 right now?
No. It's been 4 levels since this has happened. We're level 12.
Oh, of course. Sorry.
Level 506. I don't know how it happened, but we're that.
Level 2. Level 2.
Let's go visit not Skeleton, but the skelly lands of the Scales, the children of them, and all the where is that?
Kind of in the middle, but just south of the equator.
Oh, so somewhere above, let's say, Elvendor, or is it more like above? Is it like its own little section?
If you're speaking of the middle, I would assume it's somewhere either near Dòchas or the Drake's Peak Mountains, if you were using the above world as a reference.
Yeah, I think it is right below Dòchas, but based off of how I'm flipping these maps over.
So should we go from above or below?
Just flipping maps, just
yeah,
I don't know who gave me this incomplete fucking Underdark map, but god damn it!
It's like a Captain Underpants. Put your thumb here.
A flip-o-rama!
You can take that inspiration that I was just given. Goddamn.
I've already spent so money and I can't get Bloodwell points. Don't give me your inspo. Spend them where I can't.
Fine.
So it's... Well, do you guys want to try going through the funnel web caverns? It'll probably take a while, and there's a good chance we could get lost, or who knows what we might run into, but... Or do we want to go straight to the Grove? What is it?
Bit raises his hand to Maeve.
Yes.
Is there spiders in the funnel web kit? Oh, thanks. Is there spiders in there?
From the
Probably,
stories
yes.
you've heard from Zoom, yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Well,
Gonna be a lot more than just spiders in there.
on my list of things I want to try, there's wings, and there's crab and lobster, and spiders are just really big crab lobsters. So I would like to try some spider.
You try some clobster.
Some what?
Bit blue screens. His face
It's
is just
a
replaced by a
regional
blue square.
delicacy.
But the tunnels sound fun. I don't know, the idea of getting kind of lost, but not really because we're smart and we're cool, and then eating spiders, that's cool.
Yeah. So the only thing is, we're good with all of the bad things in the Underdark. But Bit, you might not be.
What do you mean?
The air can be toxic. We need to make sure you have food other than the spiders, because we don't know.
Well, I can eat my pomegranates too.
Yeah.
That
Okay.
works as one bite is a full meal for a day, I believe.
Nice.
Mhm.
Nice. Okay. Never
I
mind.
mean,
then.
it's no lembas bread, but we'll make do.
Okay.
Lemon's bread.
And-
Definitely what you said.
Honestly, other than feeling more solid, not a lot feels different about my body since I came back. I don't know how to explain it.
Hold your breath right now.
Okay.
Keep it going.
Hold it.
Oh shit! I don't know how long you can actually just hold your breath for. This is a game we used to play up in the Unseelie where we'd be like, "Hold your breath for as long as you
That's
can."
shaky, because I didn't take a breath. Can I hold, because Bit's got really high, con and whatnot, but I don't, I need to breathe now, yes?
Yes.
How long can I hold my breath for, theoretically, if we get to somewhere toxic?
I believe
And is it that much of a
it's
concern?
minute plus a modifier.
My con
It's
mod's plus 4.
it's your con modifier that in minutes.
Okay, so I can hold my breath for 4 minutes. So that's, 40 rounds?
You have a +4?
Yeah.
But if you
So
if
it's actually
you-
5 minutes. So it's a number of minutes equal to 1 plus your constitution
Oh,
modifier.
nice.
Okay, so 5 minutes. So 50 rounds of combat?
Mm-hmm.
But if you get hit, I think you have to make a save, don't you?
I believe so, yes.
Because if you get hit, the air gets knocked out of you, basically.
Mm.
I think it just is a con save, concentration or something along that.
Yeah.
Is there official rules for it?
There
If
are.
not. Okay. I was gonna say, 'cause
Somewhere.
That's.
I've been
sounds-
learning different magic stuff too. I can make clouds and a little bit of wind and whatnot. So if there's something really bad, I can push it out of the way or just figure stuff out. But you guys don't have to worry about me. Mainly, I'm worried about you guys. I'm small, but you guys are small.
Off in the hallway, you all hear. Lafkin looks at the rest of you and says, I don't care where you choose. It needs to be now.
Okay. Well, send us to the wherever in the Bolindari Mountains so we can get
Going-
down under.
Boland Mountains. I can navigate around there a little bit. Is that where we're going? Through the
We're
spider
going
line?
bowling.
Lafkin has walked over to one of the portal circles. As you do, you see him take out this little twig. As he does, he taps on different spots on the portal. As it does, each time he makes a new connection, this thread of arcane energy follows the stick until it creates this almost web onto this portal. Then from the center, you see the arcane energy start to form, opening up a door in front of you. It says, it's the Boland Mountains. It's not at any civilization. It's just in the mountains.
Bowling. Bye.
Let's go.
But do you,
I jumped right through.
I mean,
Leaves Morgred, Maeve, and Astrafel.
Just on the other side of the portal, there's just two.
Can you give us any sort of like idea of where we can find you know, a way down to the Underdark from there, or would Maeve know that?
If I remember correctly, you have to go to Bolindar's Rest. I've just dropped them off at the Bolin Mountains. Technically, that's the Bolindari Mountains, which is slightly northwest of there, but Bolindar's Rest does have an entrance to the Underdark.
Okay.
Be prepared for it to be cold down there.
Yeah.
Bit Rias, as you're on the other side, you're immediately on a snow-capped mountain near the top. Wind is
Just little ears poking out.
Yeah.
Rice pulls himself out of the snow, and immediately the wind hit him as he was falling first. And so his hair kind of froze backwards, his eyebrows completely encrusted in ice. He comes out of the snow, full snow beard. He's like,
Very cold.
what the fuck?
The wind hurts my face.
Mine too, actually. Where are the... looks up. Waiting.
I assume the other three of you also moved through the portal.
Yes.
Okay. As the three of you also exit out, you are greeted again by howling frozen winds.
I have a question, really quick, just really quick. So don't mean to cut you off, Jakey, but I have a question. So we were essentially flopped here from this portal, right?
Mhm.
And being vampires, we should have coffins, but so this is essentially a coffin flop. I think you should leave. This is a great skit. Go on.
I'm gonna use
leaving
shape
that
water.
awkward silence in.
Yeah, can you just like actually like slow down the video for like 0.5 and just like extend the pause there?
Wonderful bit.
Yeah, I'm gonna use shape water so that I'm gonna pull because it's frozen water. I'm gonna make like curves of ice from where the wind's coming, and I'm gonna make just like tunnels because I can cast every 6 seconds and make 5-foot long tunnels. So I'm just gonna make snow tunnels to cover everybody from the
and after every
wind.
every two section, the one behind that starts to crumble down as you create new ones, essentially blocking the wind as you travel down. It is very steep here. Yes.
If I freeze them, they last for... Oh, no, it's an hour, but if I can have 2 active at a time. Okay, so yeah. Okay,
Yep.
so I can have 10 feet of tunnel. You were right. Dang. I was like, I can't... I got an hour long... No.
Oh my god, it's almost like I'm a hot DM.
It's almost like I've played this game for 13 years, and I still don't know the fucking rules.
I love
change
you.
every
It's
time.
okay, because I don't know most of the rules. Anyways, as you are making your way down... The clouds start to get they lose their oh god, I think I just had a stroke. I am
On
so
stream?
sorry. On stream.
In front of God?
No,
The
God is not
clouds
watching.
get lighter as you descend the mountain top. As you do, something comes into focus for all of you. Off in the near distance, there is a very tall tower. From the top of it, you see this orange glow from the top as shadow is being cast from the top of this tower. It is implanted between 2 mountain peaks. And this is what you see from where you are
What's that?
currently.
That's the big dark, it looks like.
Can I roll history to know if I have ever seen one of these in real life before?
Yeah, absolutely.
Guidance. Add a D4.
Can I also?
Oh,
do-
okay. Thank you.
You go for
Wait,
it.
what did you just roll?
A history.
History,
History.
and then
Oh.
Jakey or Bit gave me guidance.
That's a plus
So-
4.
So
Mine was
Maeve
just a
guidance
10.
too.
Oh, so I get an extra 4?
D4.
Yeah.
Bits just going around.
Guidance. Baldur's Gate
Oh.
3, guidance.
Slap.
No, so I had a 14.
And Morgan?
I got a 17 plus 1, 18.
18. With the 14 and the 18, you have both heard about these. They're called speaking towers. However, Morgrid, you have a little advanced knowledge of this. You, in the city of Winkril, where you are from, you heard an adventuring party there speaking about these towers, how they're the cause of the shadows around Dòchas. You also have heard, actually probably all of you except for maybe Bit, have heard of Gang, the adventuring group, yet again, having destroyed 3 of these towers. These are some of the remaining ones. However, it looks like Gang never made their way over to these mountains.
So I would know that these towers are responsible for casting shadow, and that only, I suppose, I don't know what you would call us, like monstrous creatures can live around them.
Yeah, essentially, that at the base of them, it varies from tower to tower, but a lot of undead roam around these towers and other aberrations, things like that.
Okay. Okay, so seeing this, I tell the group what you just said basically, and I say if we stick near these towers, we're more likely to come across possible allies. At least we'll be safe from any potential enemies. So maybe we should head towards the tower and kind of follow a path.
That could maybe be a good place to rest, because I know I would love to just relax a little bit, and I'm sure Astrafel was right there with me.
Morgrid, this is week 3 after being at the Moonforge, and as you're all making your way down, Morgrid, in front of you, a small yellow portal. Out drops a small bag at your feet, accompanied by 2 screams. As Mip and our wonderful boy Jonathan also have been delivered back to the party.
Point of order, DM.
Damn it.
Point of order. Full name, please.
Jonathan the Kobold.
Thank you. Yeah. Mr. the Kobold loves his full name being used.
Sorry.
This disrespect.
Sorry.
Honestly.
So sorry. Why is it so cold?
Oh my god. I pick up the little bag.
In front of you, you open it. It very much appears to be a similar to when you've seen a bag of holding, except for a much smaller size.
Oh, sweet.
Is it very handy?
No, I wouldn't say so.
We don't have that's the item name kind of now? Okay,
No,
cool.
just a miniature bag of holding.
Love that.
A coin purse of holding.
A smattering of holding.
What's the bag for?
I suppose we can put, things we find in here, fit a lot of gold in there, sure.
In a bag that size?
I think you're
I don't
arming it.
know. Yeah, let's see how much this will hold. And I do that. I do so.
Yeah, you can fit your arm all the way up to your shoulder.
Okay, and then
And still don't feel anything on the inside.
Okay. Well, seems like we can definitely fit a good amount of gold in here.
Is there anything in there?
Her
Can
arm.
root around.
Yeah.
I don't know. Can I roll for that?
Yeah,
or?
go ahead and roll. It's just gonna be a flat roll. see what you pick out of there. I'm sure your dad probably put something good in there.
I rolled a 6.
There's about 5 apples.
Regular apples?
Just
Are
regular
they
old-
fresh?
Yeah, they're fresh. 5 fresh.
Riot doesn't want us to have more boa apples.
There's a bunch of apples, but you guys can't really eat apples.
But you can.
Yeah, why would he
I mean, I
send us
can, but-
apples?
Oh, maybe it's for the kobold.
Oh.
Maybe he's like,
yeah.
how do you like these
Those they have to
apples?
eat.
I like apples. I like apples too.
Yo. Yeah, well, they're mine.
You guys,
Bit
Oh.
grabs them.
You want to fight for the apples?
You want you guys
yeah.
want to try a special apple?
Oh my god.
No.
we don't need that right now.
No.
love a special
we
apple.
we don't have any special apples. I hold my bag once again against my stomach. Nope. No.
I'll fight you too.
You touch any of them and I'll kick your ass.
Start squaring up a little
The
bit.
kobolds are cold. Can we go?
I was about to ask,
Bit
actually.
just like cocked up, ready to knock him out. Just goes
Okay.
and then keeps making the ice wall.
You fight. Oh,
I
go
was
ahead.
actually going to ask, have we passed by any animals or anything like that? Because if we have, I could very, very easily just and you know, kill it. We can skin them and give the kobolds some nice coats.
Maeve bit about 30-40 feet back on a ledge overlooking a lower portion of the mountain. There is a small group of mountain goats.
It's gonna take his hand and slam it to the ground with his shape water and make like a little igloo that'll last for an hour around everyone.
Nice.
We're going hunting. Anyone who wants to be warm, staying here. It's goat hunting time by the goat, because I'm the
It's
greatest
goat time.
of.
Hunters.
That's how you spell goat.
As Bit's walking out, is now convinced goat is spelled G-O-H.
Go.
Go. How far away are these goats? Would you say?
I'd say probably about maybe 100 feet or so.
Oh.
Not too far away at all.
I'll stay up here and I'll snipe them down from when you guys can get close and I'll hit a couple of them from from long range.
Question: Are we killing these goats for their blood as well, or just for their hides?
Oh, why not?
I mean, I'm Maeve, so
Yeah, and I'm hungry. Hungry
Mm.
/ thirsty. So
Yes.
I do have the pomegranates, but yeah, if you want to eat a goat too, do it.
I go into the.
I actually would rather. I want one of your pomegranates actually.
Bit's gonna use the because I have a daily cast of it. And
Hey,
As Morgred and Astrafel stay in the igloo with their pomegranates, Rias, you kind of stick your head out and get ready to snipe one or two of these. As Bit and Maeve, you are gonna go hunting. Maeve, you have the ability to go invisible at will. That is the thing you have. Is that something you are doing at the moment?
sure.
Okay.
Is Bit able to shift wild shape into things yet? No? Yes?
Bit can't, but I mean, I'm small enough to where I could. I don't want to use shape water because I want to keep their tunnel. But if I use mold earth, Bit can burrow.
Okay.
So Bit just does like looks over at the goats and then just slowly sinks into the ground. And yeah, Bit's gonna tunnel towards him.
All right.
Bit pops out in a later session.
I knew I should have turned it Albuquerque.
Oh, and I've got the big ears for it. Anyway.
All right. So, to avoid just animal death talk, we will say that you are able to get. First, let's find out how many goats there are. There are 9 goats. Out of those 9, you are able to get 7. So
I was gonna have to roll athletics, but I'll take 7 out of 9, honestly.
So you three can choose who gets how many, and of what type.
So,
What do you mean of what type? Aren't they all goats?
Well, sorry, I should have phrased that better. Who's making the kill? Determining like how the goats are dying. Like if one is getting sniped from up on further up the mountain with magic, if one's getting clawed apart, because I assume we're wanting to save hide and blood if we're collecting them.
Y'all ever seen Tremors?
No.
So then basically in Tremors, it's about these giant scary earthworms. This movie gave me nightmares for a long time because I was a little kid when I saw it. But anyway, basically these giant worms burrow under things, and if anything's on loose gravel or ground, the person just gets sucked under, and the worm is just spits up bones sometimes. So yeah, I think Bit is just because it keeps them from getting away, and he can keep them as intact as they want, and also yeah, it won't hurt him to anyway. Yeah, Bit's just gonna drag them as yeah.
You can just suck their legs into it.
Yeah, Bit's just gonna keep dragging him underground, and then Bit's gonna add to his collection because yeah, I'm assuming even 9 goats. If we got all of them, it's not gonna break my carrying capacity yet.
Probably not. You just have time together and drag them.
Yep.
So I think that Rice is at the top of the snowy knoll and is currently waiting for I think the let's say the parade of goats to start moving in a certain direction. And
Mr. President Goat, get down.
It's me, the President Goat. As Rice is like seeing the snow slightly like bump up for where the mold earth is getting for the tunnel, he goes like, "Target acquired," and he moves his thumb, and there's like a piece like a monocle where like there's a reticle at the end of his staff, and he just goes, "Sabaruka!" In the back, it's a 300-foot shot at the very max, so it hits, or it should hit, and that's at least gonna be 7 plus a d10 for damage on that. So that's the first hit. The moment I see that Bit is near and can just go, "Oh great," and rip him under the ground, might as well. It's force damage. It's not gonna be that explosive.
And then Bit emerging from the gallery gets ape goat licking. Okay, Maeve, it's your turn now to make up how you assassinate one of the goat presidents.
Well, Maeve wants to utilize their newly learned hand axe proficiency, and so what she's gonna chop one of them in the neck, but while she does that, she's gonna bite another one. So, like 2 for 1.
Why do you have an axe?
It's a prop.
Twitch, this is a prop.
Oh, yeah, it bends.
Okay. I thought that was real. Like, straight up, I thought that was real. Okay.
I got it at a game, like a card shop.
How much trouble would it be to mosaic the hand axe in post? Kind of a bitch, but that's really funny. Like you're holding a big visual gags. Please watch if you're listening. Great content is being missed out on.
It's a visual gag.
The 3 of you acquire 7 mountain goats. As Maeve and Bit, you bring them back up. Morgrid, Astrofel. I assume there's a small, little window area in this igloo, enough for you all to see out of this. Maybe even Rice was aiming through the window.
It's actually it's like a cartoon drawing of an igloo with the little window and thing, but carved on the front it just says "My best friends."
Oh.
And then Bit pops from inside the igloo from the ground, just kind of looks left and right, unloads the goats from the tunnel.
I had to do it to him.
and then just pulls the rest of himself out of the ground.
I can dig.
You are able to collect as much blood from these goats as needed. If you are going to try to get the hide off of them, I will need a survival.
Ooh, I will do.
Yes.
And say I'll use guidance on you, or if there's 7. Is it one person doing survival, or do you want like multiple? Because it can also
multiple people could be working on multiple
Okay.
goats.
I'm gonna use.
I could definitely help.
I was gonna say yeah. Bit'll give it a go, and then I'm gonna cast guidance.
So I rolled a natural 1, but it was still a 9. So I like the idea of, Maeve just kind of losing her shit because it's the first time she's had like real blood in a while, and she just sort of like shreds one of them on accident.
1 down. 8.
Sorry.
6 to go.
Can I start giving the help action for not maybe helping with the actual carving, but more so the
Woo-saw
calming,
talk.
the you must practice restraint.
Oh wait, does Ethan still exist? Does he still talk to me, or is he dipped out?
You haven't heard from Ethan from the ring in a hot minute.
Well, I'm busy right now. I'm not talking to him.
Fair enough. Morgard Astrafel, are you attempting to get hide off of any of these goats? Astrafel's definite no.
Bish, do I look like a Tana?
What's your last name? Huh?
For my second goat, it was a 21 though. So I shredded one, but I did one really well.
Okay.
Yeah, Morgred does join in because the carnage looks fun, and I rolled a 15.
So we got
Bit
2.
seeing the others. I got a 26, so I'm gonna run a seminar on how to clean a goat for y'all.
Bit, you use knowledge that you had as Haster of removing flesh from bone. It's very, very adequate. It's great.
So as we go, start of the neck, go all the way down, then here, the tendons you need to cut under these limbs, and then you just pop, and there it goes.
I can actually do that in person. Anyway, outdoor.
Bit and Maeve, you have pretty good passive perceptions, as you notice that Mip and Jonathan the Kobold have dragged one of the already hided goats off into a section of the igloo and are munching.
Yeah, you could ask, or we could cook it. You just gotta like sneak around and do
No, you ruin the flavor when you cook the goat. Goat is best raw.
All right, I agree.
Have you ever had
I don't know
stewed
frame
goat?
reference.
No, goats are a very curious creature. They'll find their ways anywhere and be able to eat anything. So if you're gonna be eating a goat, you gotta make sure it's not one that will just be eating things like rocks, buildings, children, those type of things.
Jonathan
And
the
goats will
Kobold
get
looks
anywhere.
up as slurps down a part of the intestine. What?
Different innards between both of us make that. He takes out his notebook. Kobolds can eat like goats, or eating goats? Question mark. I was going to tell you about stews, but you can have your own physical meats. It's fine. You can.
It's a blood stew.
Yeah, essentially, yeah.
Can you all eat hot blood soup?
Yeah.
I mean,
Mostly. Oh,
Does
and
cooking blood
Like still
make it food?
blood.
I am so confused at how your condition works. Because if you
I'm
cook
gonna-
it, does it not become food?
I'm gonna take a little vial of the blood that I have. Maybe not the ever fresh blood, but I'm gonna try to get another thing of blood cooking somehow and see what happens. I am very curious.
Definitely. The 2 kobolds between the 2 of them in their little rucksacks absolutely have like a pan or something if you can make a small fire.
Oh, I can definitely do that. I have those cantrips down. I can either druidcraft or prestidigitation. I will get a single stick from outside. I'll shake it a little bit, get it a little bit more dried off. And with that, I will bring it into smoke inside of an igloo is a dangerous thing without an actual vent. I'm going to make the fire.
I make a little roof because it's shaped water still.
Problem solved. Get the fire going. Prestidigitation, fire pot, getting it cooked. And he's just gonna be watching it till the blood boils. And
Nice.
Thank you.
Somebody get a bucket just in case. I've seen how this goes.
The blood itself begins to boil inside the pot. Oddly, doesn't smell like, to those of you who are affected with the vampirism, the smell of the iron and blood is normally a really good thing. However, with it being cooked, it is losing that good irony smell.
It stinks.
Does anyone actually have salt? That might help. At least the flavor.
Mip and Jonathan, the kobold, looking around. I said, "Oh!" Rummaging through their little rucksack, pull out this small little sheepskin bag, open it up a little bit. Hey, salt.
Yes.
Salt from sea. I made this.
I'm so impressed. Go ahead. Actually, before I put my hand underneath and I catch like a few of it. I'm just gonna. It's not a dedicated food. It is a mineral, and that could be in anything. In the air. A little bit of salt in the tongue. Gonna ingest it and see what happens.
Tastes like salt.
Perfect. Any more you want to throw in?
Okay. Okay. I have never cooked blood before. This sounds weird, but it looks cooked.
If it reduces down a little bit, then I mean it's kind of like any sort of other broth that, or maybe even some sort of roux.
Would it get more potent?
Maybe not for me. Maybe for you. It actually might be better this way if you are looking to. Well, no, you also like raw meats and the visceral side. We'll see. We'll see. Maybe it's a good dipping sauce for the raw goat there. Once it's any sort of semblance of slightly different consistency, maybe a slightly different color, I'm gonna take a little bit out, ladle, and try to sippy.
You you take a sip of this. However, it doesn't taste good. It has lost all of its, like, you know, the red blood cells inside have broken down. All the things that make it to where you can eat blood have now been ruined.
I don't want this. I put the ladle back in and walk away. Let them handle the rest of it.
Ooh, hot pot!
So, so I have a question then. So since Maeve, with one of the vampiric talent things, she can still eat like dead bodies and things. Does this mean that she would not be able to drink the blood from like a burned body, if assuming it had any left?
These are all valid questions to have that I haven't thought too much of. However, if you can eat undead, then I don't see why you wouldn't be able to eat the soup. But for rice in particular, not a fan.
Okay. Maeve wants to try it. I want to try it. Let me try some of that soup.
Okay.
There's like a ladleful worth left, and maybe tastes pretty good. It's hot.
Delicious.
It's
what are you
warm.
talking about, Rias?
I slowly rotate just.
And she's like, Maeve's just like licking the ladle at this point. Like, I wish there was more.
I will refuse to explain. Well, no, that's ableist. I will explain my motions for those who are listening. I slowly rotated, facing from one direction, about 90 degrees, squinting suspiciously and maybe a little bit of tinged aggravated at Maeve's comment about it being tasty. It's fine. Doesn't do anything for my kind of vampire, I guess. I don't know what you've done, but I can walk on walls now. And I walk up sideways on the vertical side of the igloo, sliding down because of gravity on the ice.
Jonathan the
Well, I'm
kobold.
gonna make more because it's funny.
Jonathan the kobold comes over to you, Astrofel. God damn it. Jonathan the kobold comes over to you, Astrofel. Holds up a little apple. He says, I know you can eat regular food. Do you want an apple?
No, thank you.
Okay, I save it for you for later. Puts it inside his little shirt. So, where are we going? What are we doing?
We?
Yeah, we. You wanna fight? I'll fight you again.
Asheville, hold me back.
Bit not held back, just walks forward to him. Turns.
Hold me back. That's
Maybe we'll just like reach down and like just like hold the back of your shirt or whatever. Just like there you go.
Thank you. Thank you. Everything okay, Asheville?
What are we doing?
We're going to a town, and then we're gonna find a secret tunnel, and we're gonna go underground, and we're gonna uncover Skell, and Skell's gonna help us. But before we do that, we're going to a tower. Because Morgred said we might make friends by the tower.
Well, we have to
I just
get the
was
kobold's
thinking-
clothes. That's why we got the goats.
So what were you thinking, Morgred?
Oh, well, I was just kind of clarifying on the tower thing. I was just suggesting we get down to that tower first and take the path on the ground to the town.
Mm.
So, like,
That-
head towards that tower to get down off the mountain, you know?
You're thinking about the two of us? You are going to make us close?
Well, you're cold, right?
This is so kind of you.
That's my idea.
Be nice.
Bit just snarls.
After a while of this, you are able to dry out these, with magical means, dry out these hides enough for them to be used as some sort of cover for these little kobolds and for yourselves as well.
Yay.
These will do great. Jonathan the kobold has the hide wrapped around his face. He's brought out a small little, like, snow blind glasses that have the small slit in them. He says, I am ready for anything. Are you, Mip? Yes.
Can Maeve make a helmet out of like a goat head hat? You know what I mean?
I don't see why not.
Like maybe I'll maybe I like poke the eyes out of it and so like it'll slide down and I can see through the goat's eye holes.
That's metal as shit. Fuck yeah.
Alright, that's why I think it's pretty cool. Alright, cool. Well,
Got like
Maeve
a
is wearing
ram
that.
skull on.
Yeah,
Dope.
yeah. Oh, I actually
Dope.
have like a headpiece like that.
Dope.
If I take my time to do this, can I use my dagger and turn the hides that the kobolds are wearing and one for Bit, like put out some armholes and like cut a bit off the bottom to make a makeshift belt so they can have a little poncho so they can still use their arms and wear them?
Yeah. That's awesome as fuck.
But it is gonna take me a hot second because
14 hit points, you know?
No, 9.
Oh yeah,
Because I got slapped.
Yeah.
No,
Sorry.
I was thinking it's gonna take me a hot second because
Oh, that
I
too.
can't believe you already forgot that I'm partially blind now. Thanks, Drew. Love you.
It's gonna hop over and try and help as much as they can. Like once because it was going hog wild with everybody like getting the hides and whatnot. It doesn't care as much about the meat or the blood, so Bit would absolutely try and help with the ponchos and whatnot.
You are going to be Astrofel's mannequin then.
Bit just kind of stands there.
Hey, that tickles.
Jonathan and Mip come over to you, Morgan. Do you have anywhere to put excess meat so it stays good.
Yeah, I think I have somewhere I can store that. How much meat is there?
I mean, meat from 7 goats, so quite a bit.
So it's probably not going to fit in the little coin purse of holding.
Probably not. Just
Okay,
just
well,
based off of the size of the opening, it's enough. It was big enough just to get like up to your shoulder.
Sorry, I'm literally 12 years old.
Behave.
Oh, behave.
No, I giggled
Go
too.
on.
Yeah, continue. Please, Drew, could you show us the diagram again, but slower? Awesome.
Yeah, no, I do think that I could store the meat for the party.
Oh.
In a place.
So, holy shit. The average mountain goat weighs anywhere from 180 to 280 pounds. And you have 7 of them.
Well, I mean,
So, are we
that's
saving the
just
bones?
how much a goat weighs. That's not the meat. That's like
I was
the
gonna say with
bones and
horns
everything.
removed, the meat and stuff,
Yeah.
like
Their
you're
entire
at le-
pelts.
I was gonna say that's like at least a third of that weight's gone.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
would say it's probably if it's between 150, 250, then I would say if we estimate it's about 200 pounds of goat fully fully grown up. Pokemon. Look at it. It probably would be at the very. Well, I mean, bones probably are pretty dense. They're not birds, not hollow. Their pelts on their own, very dense, thick fur generally. So I would assume that would be a decent amount of the weight off as well. So I would shake if it's being carved off the bone precisely, or being just torn apart. I would say it's probably like 50 to 75 pounds of meat per thing, including organs.
Wait, hang
It's
on.
approximately 50 to 60% of the live animal weight. So a 70-pound goat would roughly produce 35 to 42 pounds of meat.
Yeah,
There we go.
was about to say exactly the same thing.
And we have
Hmm.
6 of those.
6
7.
goats, and
Oh,
they said they're yeah, no. Oh yeah,
7
because they
goats.
took one.
Well, one
So
of
we
one
have
of
About
them got
245 pounds of meat.
Yay!
Thank
Holy
you.
shit. Why are we keeping all of this meat?
Because
Because
Who-
they'll
we're
need
gonna
to
have-
eat
we're
on
gonna
the
have-
road.
Yeah, we're gonna have to feed them, keep them fed.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, yes.
Thank
I
you
will
for
store
thinking
the
about
meat
us.
for the party. Can we assume that this meat is magically salt cured so it's not like rotting in storage?
Can I, with a little bit of the salt that they give, can I try to prestidigitation, salt curing, rolling arcana, or maybe survival, whatever it might be, cooking, my cooking skill, can I try to salt the meat with prestidigitation?
So I would like to bring this back. Those viewers who were with me and Jakey during Red Wagon Inn, I'd like to introduce you to a little thing called Better Porridge. So a character of mine used to use prestidigitation to make porridge taste better. So this is absolutely a fucking thing that you can do. You would be able to create a flavorful salt that you can apply to the meats.
Better
Also,
jerky.
Rice, with your just baseline intelligence and arcane knowledge, you would know that if it's placed in a thing like a bag of holding or, you know, anything else of that nature, you don't need to salt it as it's a vacuum. Yeah.
Yeah, that makes so much sense.
With vacuum
Okay,
packing the meat.
so-
I'll still salt it. It'll taste good for them, whoever's eating it. So yeah, might as well.
I
But
would
So
like
we've
it.
got all this salted meat now.
ooh,
Ready for storage.
I do want to put a little bit of adobo on it because I know I've heard great things about adobo seasoning. I've heard that it's, you know, it works with all meats, fish, anything like that.
Does it work with pork?
Yes. Oh yes. Most mammal proteins I've heard, and also some birds. Ugh.
Mm.
I haven't gotten to try it. I'm not going to. Either way, okay. And he starts to. He shakes his staff over, and it's like a pepper grinder, and it's. Oh man, he's done.
So now you have 245 pounds of cured meat.
Well, let's see if this will fit. We've known each other long enough now, everybody. I suppose it's time to show you my hole. Spidey woman. Spidey woman comes out dragging a little black handkerchief, and I take it from her and toss it on the ground and opens up a portable hole.
Wow!
That's a very big hole. You're just shoving that meat in there. Wow. That's amazing.
It goes in seamlessly.
Yeah.
It fits,
that gaping hole
okay,
takes
great.
so much meat.
Ooh.
This is wonderful. I'm so glad that we have this.
Innuendo in what?
Why does this have to happen when Astrofel's depressed? Come on!
This is how we get Astral not depressed.
It's not fucking working.
It's a conspiracy
I
to try to get
I feel like you should
Astrofel's
roll to
spears
see
up.
if it's working.
Yes!
I'll roll to see if it's working. Drew, why am I rolling for depression?
I'm rolling persuasion. I rolled a very good 3.
Okay, I think depression in itself is just a flat roll. It's just
Yeah, it's a flat
Damn.
roll.
What's the roll for being a silly little guy?
D20 plus 20 minus whatever you roll.
So that's a 9. So D20 plus 20 minus whatever I roll. So that's an 11.
Drew, for depression, I rolled a 2. I'm depressed.
But I'm 11, silly little guy.
But I'm depressed.
You rolled a 2 versus my 3? That means I succeed.
it's true.
But I'm depressed.
Oh, I have disadvantage then.
you can still laugh when you're sad.
I rolled a 1 on the die. Real shit. I can't prove it.
I think this is hysterical, and I love the fact that you've had, because I've genuinely been curious about where the fuck Morgan is stuffing all these items. And the fact that you just have a hole for stuffing items into is an absolute delight to me, and I'm very happy for you.
It's from when we were hanging out with Lorelai and I wanted the little black scrap of fabric.
Ah, very good. I can't believe you trusted that traitorous cow.
Damn.
She killed me!
What?
A fact, by the way, which I still haven't had time to process, and now I'm partially blind. So yeah, it's a 2 on the depression die.
It's this is news to
Two big
all of
reasons.
Yeah. What the fuck?
Yeah, what happened?
Lorelai's the one who killed me. Sorry, did I not make that clear? Lorelai's the one that killed me.
So she's your maker?
Yeah, which means that she can control me whenever she fucking wants.
Do you think she recognized you?
Oh, she knows.
Okay.
She knew the minute that she saw that I recognized that flute. This whole bullshit about, oh, I'll give it back to you because it's clearly yours, blah, 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 blah. Oh, look, the records are completely ruined. How could this have happened? I'll investigate for you. She had no intention of following through with that. She knows exactly who I am.
Yeah, did not know that.
A lot to unpack.
She killed me. She let them bury me. And then she watched me claw my way out of my own fucking grave. But it's neat that you got a portable hole out of it. For real, it's actually neat that you got a portable hole out of it. Like legit. That's not a bit. I like the portable hole. It's very good.
Yeah, I don't even think she knows I have it. She thought it was just a scrap of fabric. She was like, sure, take it. So joke's on her, I guess.
What if she has another scrap of fabric that can join your haul and she can take it?
I'm feeling better.
I guess, I don't know.
No, I
In
can't
which
phrase
we
it
are
that
all
way.
12.
I'm trying to figure out how to ask this question. Can you?
Look, rules is written.
Can
If you
you-
touch two holes together, it causes an explosion. So we want to be careful when rubbing our holes.
Well, no,
I
that's
thought
what I
that
was.
was tips.
Can you actually
Just the
connect
tip?
portable holes
Well,
in
I don't know.
D&D?
well, because
Is that a
if
thing?
it's just like a scrap of fabric, maybe she has like a bigger piece of the fabric. You know what I mean? And it both links up to the same hole.
A less portable hole, then.
Well, let me check and see if everything's still there, because our platinum bars are in there. I take the hole out again, throw it on the ground, peek in.
Are you taking a peek in the hole?
Technically,
peeking in the hole.
technically, no. There's only one type of creature that can link portable holes and bags of holding, and that type of creature we don't want to be linking portable holes and bags of holding. That's a anyway.
All your platinum is in the hole.
Okay, so it doesn't. If she could connect, she probably would have taken that by now.
It's just an idea.
In a couple weeks.
That's so much valuable ore. It's all in the hole. That's a joke about finances, I think. What the fuck? It killed you. Rice is like going through inner turmoil of like, how does somebody live through that situation and go into that social interaction, and then also on the other side, Astrofel's side, how does somebody come to terms with that? And as we are seeing, Rice doesn't know. He's sitting just face, hands on
To
his
say
lap.
that I've had a bad few days would be an understatement. But that doesn't matter. We have to keep going, and I'm not going to slow you all down.
It's not slowing down if one of us needs to slow down. We're not working as individuals at the moment that are just doing their own thing. If one of us slows down, we should all slow down.
I'm not going to slow you all down. Not again. Not anymore.
Maeve is gonna remember that Astrophel comforted her whenever she was crazy. So Maeve is just gonna walk over and just like give Astrophel a hug if they accept it.
He is initially like he freezes up a little bit, but then he hugs you back. Maybe a little tighter than is comfortable.
Maeve will squeeze back tighter too.
Oh god, we're taking damage from this, aren't we? The two people who are injured are taking damage from this hug.
Just for more comfort, Because I think like Maeve was probably like a little bit like tentative about it, and then like whenever you start hugging harder, she's like, okay, cool.
Meanwhile, Jonathan the Kobold and Mip are just like gnawing at bones. This is very interesting information. This is too much.
Are the kobolds chat?
I think the kobolds are Salter and Waldorf. Is it the Muppets? They're gonna be by the end of this. But... the moment that I think Astrophel ends up saying anything that like, I'm not gonna slow you guys down again, and Maeve gets up, walks over, gives the hug. Rias like kind of has like the steamy nose, like stands up, brushes himself off in this little igloo, starts writing with the tip of his staff in the side of the igloo.
Just the tip?
Just the tip. It is a hot tip, and it is carving through like butter. He carves in, writes in Celestial, and then lights it up with prestidigitation, and you can read on the wall, it says, "Give yourself some fucking grace." Tap, 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 tap. It's all glittering
Don't make
gold.
me tap the sign.
Tap, tap. He walks outside, it's really cold, walks back in, it's too cold.
Bit glances at Rias from sitting on like the side of the cliff. Sees him go back in the igloo.
For some reason, I'm picturing Bit just hanging off, sitting with a fishing pole on the side of a mountain. Just like, something's gonna bite.
Bit's Bit's actually standing, reaches into their pocket, kind of thumbs something, and holds the sending stone up to their mouth.
I told you I want to rule the world for my friends. You are the first I'm going to bury under it.
And I throw the sending stone to Lorelei as far as I can.
The sending stone is now gone.
I don't know if you moons listen, and I know I'm on a path right now of learning nice little things. I'm gonna commit some fucking atrocities.
And Bit goes back into the igloo.
I'm taking a note, writing something down that I will say once we are done with playing before we sign off. I think it's gonna have a great payoff. Everyone be ready.
Can't wait. I'm so excited.
Watch, it's just gonna be a sticky note that just says gaping hole.
It's actually just a picture of what looks like a puckered lips going, "What?" But it's really hard to tell exactly. It's really crudely drawn.
Turns it upside down. Oh my god!
It's just the word boo.
That's one of my favorite visual gags ever. Just.
Alright. So I guess we're gonna aim for the tower.
And then
I
walk the
suppose.
path, yeah?
Make our way down. Yeah.
Making a way.
Making our way down.
Amazing. I'm actually going to bring something up so I can send y'all a picture of what the tower looks like. And this will be a first for any streamed game I've done of showing this. Bop, bop, bop. Scoob doop doop. Bop, beep. Hey, there it is. There's my little beautiful tower.
That's me. I'm the beautiful tower.
And there we go. All right, into the correct channel and paste and send.
Oh, you put that in Nickelodeon. Sorry, wrong channel. I'm joking.
Before you see this tower, as you approach closer and closer, you can start seeing things on the towers that you couldn't see from a while back. The speaking towers were given their names for a reason. They are essentially Titan gibbering mouthers that have been erected from the ground. And as you get closer and closer, you can notice there are hordes of undead at the base of this tower. There are hordes of undead on that second balcony up top. From the top of it, you can see this glowing orange orb that's radiating this arcane energy off the top. For those listening that aren't a part of our Discord, A, you should go check it out, but B, picture Sauron's tower, but cooler.
Covered in mouths.
Just a lot of gibbering mouths on there. One in particular, Bit and Maeve, with your perceptions on that second platform up there, you can see what appear to be open maws that creatures are walking into and out of from a distance.
Looks like a weird version of what I used to look like.
Where do you think they're going? What do you think's in there?
Oh god. I mean, we just went through a portal that was from a place, so I don't know how doors work anymore. So maybe it's a magic door that takes them somewhere?
It's only
just in
undead
the
that are
tower.
walking in and out of it?
It appears undead. Getting a closer look, you can obviously see there are like shadow demons and other demonic entities as well mixed in with the undead.
I mean, you're all undead, and I got little horns, and I look kind of like an imp. So we can just get as close and see, and then if something bad happens, we just walk away. Because I'm curious.
Should we stay here?
Nah, you're our thralls.
Okay, we do this. Look at me, man. Go like this. Go,
Yes, that's very believable. And now just stand in the front of us there, just in case.
Okay.
I look at the rest of the party. Does anyone have any objections to this? I don't know if this is a smart
And you guys
idea.
walk 10 feet ahead of us. That's okay.
Oh, okay. I don't know why I trust him today, but today I do.
Maybe we should paint red and white circles on them just so that they have like a uniform, just so that people really know that they're our thralls. What are you thinking?
It sounds like you're trying to advertise for capitalism, and I'm not a big fan of that. If any cool sponsors are out there, then maybe, but... It worked.
Yeah, Bit 404's. Bit stops bullying the kobolds to rethink his thoughts on things. Yep.
So we approach.
Honestly, I feel like the four of us should stay on the outside, and you three that are not undead should kind of stick within the circle.
Okay.
Act like
Have
we're
to
all
walk
one
by
big
them.
group of the same thing.
I don't want to go near them with anything that has any sort of blood. Or any sort of life pulse. I mean,
You guys go ahead. I will sit back with the kobolds, and we will cut an angle to the road so you guys can see the tower, and we'll meet you closer there. This will be such a fun walk with my two friends.
Did you hear that? Maybe he called us friends.
I was actually going to suggest that I stick with the kobolds too.
Okay.
It's a party. Okay. So, us four stay here, you three go.
We're gonna cut down the road, but yes, God, they didn't even listen to my plan.
This bitch just starts walking, already pissed. But yeah, so because if they're going to the tower, Bit's just gonna try and take like as wide of a way as we can so we can meet them on the road.
Okay.
And then just kind of set up like a little camp.
Nice. All right. So, we're going to split this up real quick. And here we go. We're going to start with Morgrid, Rias, and Maeve. You three are approaching the tower. Like I said from the beginning, from that orange orb is being excreted this shadow that's covering this area around you all.
I have a quick question before we approach potential danger.
Mhm.
I gorged myself on goat blood. So how much did that heal me? Because I healed from that, right?
With the time
it
you all
actually gorging?
spent there, and especially with Astrofel taking time to make it, y'all to dry the pelts, everything, I would say that would be considered as a long rest. So everyone would be fully healed.
Ooh.
Nice.
Oh, if we did that as a long rest, then Bit's gonna leave because I can make one daily and then two more. I'm gonna leave a pomegranate with the crew so they can split it because each piece heals for one and then feeds for a full day. So yeah, they have a pomegranate with them.
Perfect. All right.
Happened 20 and 13.
Nice.
Did you say 20 and 13?
Yeah,
and
I
that
rolled
20
on
on
my-
a portent clutch.
I rolled my dice physically, and I was like, oh, fucking crazy, 20 and a 1. And I was like, fuck, I want to actually put it in there because it's more believable if you can actually fucking see it. So it's 20 and 13. 13's at least cool.
Hey. I like it.
Yeah.
As the three of you approach towards the base, are we doing it stealthily, or are we just walking up? What are we doing?
It's probably better to do it stealthily. At least until we can get a lay of the land better.
Yeah.
I would think so. Knowing if any creatures are trying to actively walk directly to the actual tower, if there's any sort of intent that we can get out of it, that would probably be good to inform us on how we want to approach too. Stealth is, without a doubt, if they don't see us, then that's not necessary.
Mavis gonna go invisible.
What the fuck?
And then she's gonna sneak around to the other side, like we're like to Rice's back, and just be like, "Boo!"
I swear I just heard the word "boo" appear.
And then Mavis gonna like get right in front of his face, and then like drop the invisibility, and then like go boo again.
Rice falls backwards for a moment, catches himself, puts his fingers up to his neck. He's like, "Oh right, that doesn't work anymore."
But Mavis
and-
invisible again. So.
Perfect. Morgan and Rias, can you roll me stealth?
Yes. Let's do this.
As this is happening, Bit, Jonathan the Kobold, Mip, and Asterfell, you're making your way further down the mountain. There are some sheer rock faces, so I need the 4 of you to roll acrobatics, athletics.
Yeah, I will give guidance to Astrofel, and then I'm gonna.
Perfect.
Are we going up or down?
Down.
Sorry. Down. I'm gonna have to roll this with disadvantage.
Well, you have a D4, and I got a 24, and I will do whatever I can to assist with this, because even if actually, you know what? We're going down a big mountain.
Yeah.
Then I'm not gonna make anybody walk. Bit's gonna turn into Big Bit. I'm gonna use a rage, and I'm gonna put the kobolds on my shoulders and scoop Astrofel, and Bit's just gonna very mountain bear, like gorilla-esque, just like jumping down like peaks and stuff. And if I take
Nice.
damage, oh, what a shame. But yeah, I think that's fun.
Perfect. All right.
Oh, I'm a snowboarding Yeti.
Depth perception isn't so much a problem when going up, but it is a much bigger problem when going down. And I know this because my mom has this problem.
I never thought I'd see the day where Astrofel had to roll disadvantage at going down.
Oh my god, you get
Take
my
an
extra-
inspo.
Yeah, that's an
Take
inspo.
an inspo.
Yeah,
that's an inspo.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Very
Definitely.
good.
It's so great.
My personal depression is cured. My buddy's done.
I think Rice is a pulse again. I don't know what to do.
Morgan and Rias, what were your stealth?
25.
Oh shit, 17.
Rogue be rogan. Perfect. All right.
Morgan's a rogue.
Sandy's a girl.
The 3 of you begin to approach closer, being very stealthful in this. As you approach, you're getting a better look at what is at the base of this. There are tons of skeletons. There are zombies. Most are armed with some sort of weapon. However, there's one creature in the center that moves around this horde. Taking a better look at it, you see this large circular creature hovering with one large black eye and multiple crooked, twisting arms that come off of it, 10 of them in fact, and a large maw underneath the large eye. You hear this chittering noise every now and again as this black ichor drips from its maw.
Guys, I don't know if this is a good place to check out.
Yeah. Probably
Maybe
not.
maybe we should just go back to camp.
Continue on towards that town.
But
Have
as
you done fun if we
Mavis,
unlocked a waypoint so they can go to camp? Can they teleport to camp?
No.
Fast travel? No. Fair enough. Thanks, Withers.
Yeah, this is essentially what you see. You get a better look at that second platform as well. It is absolutely a portal inside the maw that creatures are shambling into and out of.
I wonder where that goes, though.
Can you send Spidey Woman?
Yeah, I could. Don't want me to?
Yeah.
How far away is it? Is it like if a spider was to go from where we are over to the top second level of the tower?
Less than a mile.
The Spidey Woman's a pretty big spider. Like, she's pretty fast.
Oh shit! All right. Well, at that point, would we want to kind of pull back away as the spider approaches and just kind of sit and watch, and you can kind of do your thing with. I'm so lost in how Spidey. I love magic, but seeing through the eyes of another creature is incredible. And I don't know how you do it.
Yeah, y'all are gonna have to have my back because I can't really see what's around me while I'm seeing what Spidey Woman's seeing.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
We got your back.
All right, take Spidey Woman off my shoulder and send her on the way.
So, having to do a little bit of reading as we do this. Your spider starts moving, bobbing and weaving through the hordes of skeleton zombies, trying to bypass this large one-eyed creature. Moving. You make it to the base of this tower. I need... There we go. I need... Morgrid, you to roll me a wisdom saving throw. There we go. As you, Spidey Woman, approaches this tower.
19.
All right.
Still not enough.
As you're approaching this tower, the sounds of this gibbering, this babble coming from these towers, it's very familiar to what you heard down underneath the Moonforge. It's different, but in its own way, very much has the same effect on your mind. However, you're pushing through as Spidey Woman begins to climb up this tower, moving up and up, crawling upside down on the bottom of this first little stand, gets on top. Standing in front of this, it is very clearly a portal. Where it leads to, you're not sure. However, in and out of this particular portal are exiting undead, skeletons, zombies, other creatures. Does Spidey Woman want to look anywhere else on this tower?
Yeah.
Moving around, going to the opposite side of the tower. The portal you just left had this very like black and purple vibe to the portal. As you move across to the back, there's another maw that has a portal in it. This one, however, is black with magma-like colors on the back. Both shimmer. Out of this, you see the shadow demons come out and other demonic entities exiting.
So these are all portals to different places.
That's what it seems.
Does she keep looking?
Yeah. Moving up the tower more, it gets harder and harder to avoid these mouths that are on the sides of the towers, but gets to the very top, and at the pinnacle of this tower, you see this. It's very interesting. It's almost like a basketball-sized orange orb that's releasing this arcane energy. However, it has its core, and that's what it seems to be, is that basketball-sized orb. Around it, it has this almost like shield of arcane energy around it as well. And it just kind of orbits in place. occasionally you'll see a small crackle of orange lightning come off of it.
Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and have Spidey Woman head back to us.
Okay. As Spidey Woman climbs back down the tower, trying to avoid this one portal, gets over, and the last thing you see, Morgrid, is a foot down on top of Spidey Woman. You lose your connection with your familiar.
God damn it, somebody smushed her.
How? She was large.
Oh, she's still smushy.
Can Rias like look over to like the tower, like do his hand binoculars and try to focus on anything that's large enough that could squish a decently sized spider like that?
Yeah. You're trying to take a better look. I'm gonna have you roll me a perception.
That is a 19 as well. Okay, cool. 19, yeah.
Rice, at the top of this tower, you see a winged creature. Its skin leathery, dark purple and black. Horns rise from its forehead, and the mace it carries in its hand. This creature is large, as the tail on its back flicks to and fro. Roll me a history.
I love history. And a 19 on the die does 29.
This appears to be a corrupted pit fiend.
God damn. Love that.
That's way out of our pay grade.
This place is fucked up. That's what I got out of this. Goodness gracious. I can't stress enough, everybody. Or I guess you too. It's just us over here. This is the good decision we're making by not going this way. If you look up that way, and you can see that weird leathery bastard up there. Motherfucker's been corrupted. That pit fiend.
Corrupted.
I've read many ways that any entity can in some ways be corrupted, either by being in the wrong plane, curses, being maybe soul stripped, or however. There's crazy ways that people can become other. That guy's Bennett. And also, is that you didn't specifically say, but Beholder family creature still in the area?
Yeah, and with a 29, taking a better look at this leather creature, you see the flail it has. The head of the flail drops down into these 3 clawed Morningstar looking things as it reaches behind and grabs out what appears to be this ethereal whip. You then realize, Rias, this is not a pit fiend. This is a Baylor. You've heard of these. They're demonic in nature, not devilish.
Gods. Okay. So before I continue, I think we should keep retreating back and find out the way that the others had taken to the road. I don't want to walk through any of this crowd or get close to that tall fleshy tower thing with mouths all over it. I don't even know what those mouths do, but hey, it's time to go. We should make a way out.
I'm sorry. I'm gonna assume that while I was watching through Spidey Woman's eyes, I was kind of like iterating what I was seeing to them in real time. So y'all heard me say the stuff about like, oh, the portals are leading to different places and stuff. Okay. Yeah, I agree, Rias. We should probably GTFO.
Bit, Asterfell, Jonathan the Kobold, and Mip. Eventually, with this kind of snowboarding Yeti, you've made your way to the base of this mountain. Off in the distance, you can see what appears to be jagged man-made stones off to your north. And looking even further, you see yet another tower off in the distance.
That's concerning.
It kind of puts everybody down, takes this large chunk of ice they made with shaped water and just kind of sticks it in the snow, and then just shakes off the snow and just shrinks.
Ugh. There's a lot of those towers. I mean, I like that they help us, but... Ugh.
Yeah, they're a little unsettling.
What do you think they're for?
I mean, my first guess is 5G, but I don't know.
Get fucked.
They're worth a
Taking
lot
away
more
an
than
info.
5 gold.
It could
I
just
don't
be
know
a
what
show
they're
of
for.
force. Someone showing their power by visual representation of it. Maybe someone's compensating for something. I mean, truly, who knows?
We're talking about power and stuff. Ash. Friend. Bestie. One who
Yes.
would never be upset at this little face right here.
Yes, but
Mip and Jonathan the Kobold, could you just take a step over just out of earshot, just for a moment, just in case one of us says something we don't mean, after hearing maybe something that could be considered a reckless and stupid thing.
Okay, this sounds good. Yep. Good. Good. Okay. We'll go over here. We want to go look at the pointy rocks.
please be careful.
Okay.
Or don't be.
Okay.
So...
What did you do?
I was a little upset when I heard that what Lorelei did, and I may or may not have taken the sending stone that we had, and I may have said that I'm gonna rule the world and I'm going to bury them under it and other threatening things, and then threw the sending stone down a cliff. And I know that wasn't my news to share, that we're upset, but I didn't know that they were bad, and I probably, if we were gonna, go give them the fisticuffs, maybe I shouldn't have given them a warning, or maybe I should have talked to you first about it, but I really, I love you guys, and you guys are my family, and you're the best people around me,
And Bit starts to change again. And someone hurt you, even if it's a long time ago, and they didn't say sorry, they lied to us, and I want to hurt them really, really, really bad. And Bit then shrinks again.
So sorry that I didn't ask, and sorry that I may have just made somebody who's got a lot of people upset, and sorry, that I did something on your behalf without asking, because I've seen since we were in the other place that you were sad, and if you want to get mad at me, I'm ready. Let me have it. Really,
Okay.
just get on.
Okay. And I just scoop him up into a big hug.
Bit hugs back, and I think Bit cries a little bit, In the back of Bit's mind, being scooped up here, there is a brief memory of a smaller, inky creature speaking to someone tall. That kind of voice in the back of his mind echoes, "I'm sorry, I didn't mean to break them. I did my best." And he remembers what followed, and it was not a hug. And so, being scooped up, I think Bit, yeah, he squeezes out a tear or two, and then whispers,
By the way, Astrophel,
Yeah.
your eye looks really cool. Like you're like a really, really handsome, cool pirate. I don't know if that'll make you feel better, but like, I can't read, but I heard lots of people talking and about like stories and stuff, and all of my favorite characters in stories all either had an eye patch or they had a cool story about a scar, and you could have both, but you don't have to if you don't want to. But I just want to say you look really, really cool and handsome and great.
It does kind of make me feel a little bit better because you think I'm handsome.
Yeah, look at that
You
face.
like me.
Yeah, everybody does. You're handsome, okay? Look at you. Look at, if I had a jawline like that,
and he squeezes his face and it squeaks.
you know what I'd be doing? I wouldn't be walking around being 3 feet tall, that's what.
That's not... Jaw is not related to height. You know what? That doesn't matter. I did kind of need to hear that, though. Look, I'm not strong, and I'm not particularly good in a fight, and I'm definitely very squishy, and somehow, you know, gods only know why, but it seems like the entire world is out to try and kill me and get me down to like minimal health, and maybe, you know, if they could cut me a fucking break, I would love to be over 1 hit point for more than 5 fucking seconds. You know?
No.
And yeah, I'm good at talking, and I'm good at being the face, and I'm good at looking good, and then my eye broke, and now I don't. I mean, I don't know what it looks like, but if you say I'm handsome, then maybe I can still do that. You know?
Well, firstly, I mean, when I lost my eye, did you think I was less handsome?
Of course not.
So I saw a sign. It feels like a sign someone would have pointed to when I came back in the igloo. And I could read it.
And Bit says in Celestial,
"Give yourself some grace."
Astrophel
Also-
said in Celestial. Since when the fuck do you know Celestial?
Since I came back. I've actually, when I came back, my head changed a lot, where before I could understand like words kind of like more grid like infernal, but then when it died, I came back and I could speak like Fae, like Rias, and I can speak like a Celestial like you can, and now I know the language of the druids like Maeve. So I've got a secret code with everybody. But there's something. You can't see your reflection, but I can show you.
as Bit is going to use Shape Water, I'm going to create an ice sculpture of Astrophel. And I'm going to use the abilities of Shape Water to change the color and features of it, and I'm going to make an identical recreation of Astrophel formed in ice in front of them right now. And it is not just going to be Astrophel, it is going to be in every bit of perfection that Bit sees them.
Astrophel is just gonna take a second to process this, because this is the first time they've seen what they look like since they got turned. That's, for those keeping track, that's a year and a half. For someone who is so invested in their appearance and who thinks that most of their value is tied in their appearance and has been for a very long time, and knows that there have been some major changes, especially recently, with half their head getting burnt off. Drew?
Sorry. Not sorry.
And now the physical damage of one eye. They don't know what to expect at first, but as this sculpture is made, and they see themselves as Bit sees them, and there's a moment where they can still see just a little bit of who they were before. And maybe it's part of the magic, or maybe it's just the way the light reflects off the eyes, but it feels very real for a moment. And Astrophel just holds Bit and cries. Out of his good eye. His bad eye doesn't cry anymore. It's too badass for that shit.
Bit holds Astrophel close, and while Astrophel is like kind of like resting in this like little hug, almost like a little face hugger thing, Bit's hands are doing some flickering handwork, and when they let go, Bit turns Astrophel around, and the rest of the sculpture, it's the first drawing that Hoster made, but it's sculptures of everybody standing together.
It's a shame that they decided to go check out that tower, because I think they'd really like this. But, and I know this is a little selfish of me, but I think I'm allowed every so often. I'm really glad you shared this with me.
I'm glad to got to share it with you.
Give him a kiss on top of the head.
I'm glad we met everybody.
Me too. I'm always going to be angry, I think, on some level, that I was turned, especially the way it happened, but if that hadn't happened, I wouldn't have moved away. I wouldn't have been found. I'd never have come to the Bastion. And for all the shit and pain and darkness that place has left with all of us, it also brought us together. Or we're still gonna burn it to the ground. Obviously.
Yeah. I think that's gonna be the nice part, is that we were found there in the dark, and we're gonna stand there and we're gonna light it up. Arson.
It's at this point.
Arson. Arson around.
It's at this point in time, the other three have made their way down the mountain, and that is where we are going to end for tonight. No cliffhangers, and on a wholesome note, first of its kind on Dicey Encounters TTRPG. It had to happen sometime, so why not now?
I do have a little bit of a cliffhanger for everybody.
Uh-oh. It's not the DM giving the cliffhanger.
No.
We
We see the sending stone thrown far, far over whatever ravine or deep snowy cliff that had been rained down upon with all this fluffy, now icy snow. It lands, and then zooming out, we see another 9 goats, and they're all going really loud into the sending stone, so anyone who is on the other side is stuck hearing. And that's, if that's okay, where we end.
That's the cliffhanger we needed.
That's perfect for 2 reasons. Because A, that's an incredible, very good, very funny cliffhanger. But B, the noise gate meant that we couldn't hear the
it's twice
at all.
tonight that noise gate's getting it, and you know what that means. That's brought noise gate to 10 inspos.
So we gotta do
Time for a silent session, baby.
session.
Sorry, Spotify listeners.
Do I need to redo goat sounds?
Yeah, there we go.
A lot of those.
Delightful.
Thank you.
Thanks for tuning in, everyone. Everyone. I'm tired. I need to go to bed. Big shout out to Verity, because you're awesome. New maps will be put in on the Patreon on Friday, so make sure you go check it out. It's the progress of the Underdark map, so make sure to check it out if you want to check out some cool Underdark stuff. Also, if you want to chit chat with the cast or any of the other viewers, check out our Discord links right there. Look, I just posted it, or Ren posted it, someone posted it. And go check out the Patreon. There's the link there again. And any of our other links, well, there you go. There they are. So until next week, we'll see you then.
I love Smash Brothers.
Huh?